So, I hate my hair like this. It makes me look like a chipmunk. I think with the whole like sticking out thing like this. Look at that. You know. So today today's to hand out the evil awards. Okay. I guess because it's like it's almost the end of the world and all anyway, so it don't really matter. Didn't spill the coffee. Good. So I start thinking about all this. Did I trim up over here? Good. I don't know. Listen, this is fucking because I guess this is the fucking that's what I'm saying. This is all this is gonna take me fucking a long time to go through all this again. Even simple form this is insane. This is insane. With no paperwork in front of me, with nothing, just fucking sheer fucking holy crap. This all happened. Fuck this. Fuck this. Do I make this video? I don't even know. Yeah, I guess I have to. No, should I make it? I don't know. I to tell you the truth, I don't know anymore. It's like I think about like this new part of the problem, and I'm like, wow, that's so interesting in itself too, because it's like that's what it's like my mind doesn't even want to think about this anymore. It doesn't want to think about any of this anymore at all. It's like from like it's like wow, it's like I guess you could say I guess that was so it's probably the fact. That's it's just like wow, it's like I can't even say it. I mean, if you want to talk about the most innocent of moments in life, I guess that would have been one of a happy moment ish. You know, this is crazy, man. This is fucking nuts. This is fucking nuts. As I go into all this shit, and I'm saying to myself, it's like, it's like there's this one piece of this that's like really like there right now, and that's like the whole like when my friend Lisa, and I'll still say she was a friend, but at the same time, it's like I know that she was up to shit too. And that's the whole point. I'm not sticking up for her 1,000% of the way because she'd just come to my house, break all my shit, tell me sorry that she loved me, and then she'd leave. And then it's like, what the fuck? Are we going out? Are we not going out? You get naked in front of me. What the fuck is this about? Never mind. I'm not going to embarrass her because you know what? It's like whatever the fuck she's been through is a lot. But that's also, yo, I'm not even going to go into that. And but it's what she kept saying to me over and over and over, and she kept and then when I talked to her about it, she'd like freak out and like fucking and like do a few times she freaked. It was like what the fuck, but it was that picture that I drew, and the thing about me drawing a person's face, for some reason I draw it wider. Like in my head, I don't know. It's like if you curve the paper, it looks way different. If I curve the paper in, it looks more like what I was going for. I don't know why that's doing that with my. That was something I was learning in the process of me teaching myself pretty much how to draw. Like what's wrong with my style of drawing, because it's like I know I'm aiming for this, but somehow this comes out this way. But in the process of that, it's like, she's like, she starts telling me, she's like, Anthony, remember that guy that, I go to the, hotel for and blah. And he buys me clothes. And I'm thinking in my head the whole time, like, what, you know, she doesn't mention anything about fucking sex, but she's like, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, it's like, so, but she's like, he's drawing the same picture. Are you sure you guys don't know each other? Now, this is in my head because it's like, then he started to bother her, and then she called him and said, or put me on the phone, and then she's like, Anthony, call him, blah, blah, blah. I don't have my cell phone, and I had to call him, and then I was like, yo, just leave this girl alone, you know, if she wants to be left alone. I'm only her friend, and it's like, where the fuck have I heard this from? And then it's like, oh, wow, the other person that I can get on the phone had an old housemate. Now, it's just funny that that person's name turns out to be somebody at a dealership where I went for looking for a car. And when I got paid the money that I was like thinking I was retarded, and I'm saying to myself, but now I'm thinking I am retarded. But the point being is that it's like, nah. Because as me and my friend sit down at this place years ago, and the guy then proceeds to tell me that I have AAA credit, and me and my friend are looking at each other like, how the fuck is that? When you know, and we, even after we leave at that point, it's like, how the fuck is that? Because that's impossible, right? You know, it's like any type of fucking, yo, man, and then people are like, oh, you didn't do, you, no, bullshit. I have done things on my own. Every single fucking time that I go to do something on my fucking own, whether it's pay my fucking bills or fucking, it's like there's another problem. It's like there cannot be that many motherfucking problems for one individual fucking human being just to fucking, nah, bullshit. Nah, bullshit. So this is where it's at with that. And that's why this whole it's everything. It's freaking everything, man. Because I start to think to myself, it's like, well, since the guy that I sat down with that day years ago has the same name, McGuire, as this guy's name, and it's like, wow, and I sit down with these people, and who knows if it's the same person. So the point being, and then me and my friend went into this, and it's like, well, maybe this isn't the same person, and it's like, yeah, well, maybe, you know, maybe they don't know. But it is kind of funny how, like, afterwards, paperwork started getting sent to her house with my name attached, saying that I was trying to buy another car. And it was like, oh, well, I can't get out to you. Can't you come drop off the paperwork? And it was a big fucking thing, like, oh, no, you know. Meanwhile, it's like, it would take a few minutes of fucking gas, and come on. You know, it's like I had to go all the way out there by foot, by bus, by fucking hours long of a fucking, you know, mission to go pick up this shit. Then I do it, finally. Where I call the people, and it's like, oh, well, you know, and I'm wondering if my phone calls were being diverted and this and that, and it's like, oh, and then this starts to happen, and then it's like, this happens. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It was all fucking, because then I remember the very first time, as I'm reviewing all this shit in my head, I remembered, because as I'm looking up certain places, it's like, oh, I see a building, and I say to myself, oh, look at the fucking, I'm like, where the fuck, I mean, the first person that popped into my fucking head, and I'm saying to myself, wow, that's where I met Valerie Richardson, black lady, Valerie Richardson, for the very first time. Wow. You know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like then years later, it's like all of a sudden, it's like my credit card comes into play where I have a platinum Visa card at that point in time, and I didn't go over my limit. I freaking had a very interesting contract because I already had AAA fucking credit at the time. and there's a person turning around to me on the phone for the company, the credit card company, and saying to me that, oh no, my credit card shut off and blah, blah, blah. My phone calls were being diverted. Had to be. Fucking had to be. Unless this bitch, because her name was Valerie Richardson. And then my life gets even more screwed up, and that's when I have a job, why I'm trying to fucking live in my truck, why that's around about the time that I met Pop Smoke for the very first fucking time. And fucking, I don't know what he was working on, but it was in between Headquarters 1 and Headquarters 2, and fucking, little did I realize completely at the time that I was basically fucking literally living in my truck outside Headquarters 2, or Headquarters 1, whichever fucking way you want to fucking put it. And I'm saying to my fucking self, like, wow. And I knew something was going on, but I didn't know I was actually outside the fucking door of Headquarters, okay? And then I'm saying to my fucking self, give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. No way, man. No fucking way, man. So needless to say, it's like, as I'm literally struggling to survive, because it's like, this is just bullshit. You know, it's like, between the, you know, and then of course, like, you know, Pop Smoke was the one that turned around to me and was like, and that was right after a person near Headquarters 2 turned around to me and said that they could put a stop to this, and I didn't understand exactly what they were trying to put a stop to, or were going to put a stop to, or any of that shit. But I do know that right after that encounter is where fucking the person, Pop Smoke, who went by Malik or Malik or fucking, I know it was Malik or Malik, there's no doubt in my mind, Malik or Malik, fucking, because the motherfucker was promoted at the fucking place that I was coming in to fucking, at nighttime, I was coming in to fucking wash up in a sink. Which did fucking very little, no offense. It's like, the credit card was important because I was trying to get fucking to the gym that was right down the road, so that this way, after work, I could go to the fucking gym, work out a little bit, get myself into some pretty fucking tip-top shape, and fucking then go to sleep in my fucking truck, go back to fucking work the next day. But no, Anthony didn't have it, no. Because when I was ready to pay the first paycheck, my very first paycheck didn't come for like 2.5 weeks. And I was sitting there and I'm like literally salvaging fucking bologna slices. Fucking fuck the bread. I'm just like, you know, if I eat one bologna slice now, and then I can eat one bologna slice in like 12 hours, I'll have enough bologna slices to get me through the next fucking... So... Is it gonna snow? Am I gonna freeze to death? Fuck it, why not? Fuck it, you know what I mean? So in the meantime, right, and then I'm calling up my family. My family that lives like right up the road, where I it's not that, I mean, it was decent amount of fucking gas I would have had to spend, but, you know, to smell good. You know? And it's like, it's funny because it's like, that right there is like, when I call up my brother's house, he tells me, yeah, I had already went to his fucking... He tells me, no, I can't take a shower there. Then I fucking show up there, take a fucking shower, and then he's like, well, you can come back and take another shower. If you need a shower, I'll give you a shower. My sister, too. My sister's like, well, if you need a shower, you need a shower. And I was like, you know, fucking... But then when I go to call them again, all of a sudden there's yelling, there's screaming, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, don't come here, blah, blah, blah. You can't take a shower here. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, are you kidding me? Meanwhile, fucking gas is up to $8 fucking a gallon. I'm in a Chevy Suburban Tahoe Expedition, which literally, because of my fucking unbelievable credit, which I built from buying a fucking car, it's like, which I still didn't pay off completely, but I made all the fucking payments, right? It's like, oh wow, and it's like, here comes fucking, you know, it's like, oh, here's fucking, you know, here's Anthony fucking, coming into a truck dealership. It's like fucking. I was like, how much for this truck? It's like it wasn't brand new or nothing. It was, but it was in somewhat good. Had a lot of miles on it. Fucking. I was like, fuck it, you know, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna drive? But then, of course, you know, because I couldn't take showers, I had to then put fucking almost fucking. How much did it cost me for fucking? It was like, I think the most I paid, honestly, it was like fucking. It was like $840 for a full tank of gas. For a full fucking tank of gas, I paid like $840. Yeah, no shit. 700 fucking, no, it was $8 a gallon. Chevy Suburban fucking Tahoe Expedition fucking large fucking gas tank plus the fucking bonus tank. Yeah, no, altogether fucking it was like fucking 800 something, fucking $830 or $780. It was crazy. It was absolutely $840. It was insane. I was like holy shit. So all my money basically at that point was going into gas, because then I'd have to use the gas twice a week. Twice a week to come all the way back fucking out here. Practically where I fuck pretty much this part of the fucking, but in that other direction, just to try to take a shower. Then a black kid, didn't know his name, don't care about his name, I hope he's a fucking shit stain somewhere, turns around to the fucking people that I'm going there, the freaking shelter place to go take a shower. He turns around to everybody and tells them that fucking I'm dealing crack in the parking lot. Probably because he was dealing crack in the parking lot. But the point being is, even though I wasn't dealing crack, he did not want me around because he was a racist piece of shit. Wow. But you know what? Other than that, and other than the other guy that, you know, the whole Universal thing and whole, like, you know, the whole Universal, that was the Universal guy saying he would put a fucking stop to this. At the second headquarters, which I call the second headquarters, but because I don't know what the fuck headquarters it is. To tell you the truth, I don't even care anymore. This is how fucking disgusted I am. So then the point being is that this kid gets me kicked out of the shelter. So then I make friends with this guy that's also kind of like, not a shelter, but it's like a, I guess, a halfway boarding house thing. And then it's like, we're talking, he's like, oh, you've been getting mail here. And it's like, how the fuck am I getting mail here? I don't even fucking, dude, now all of a sudden I get shown a fucking insane bank account, and I'm like, that can't be mine. That can't be mine. There's no way I have that much money in a bank account. I don't even remember this. You must not be the person. It's like, well, what's your this? Because he didn't show me the paperwork until fucking, like, he showed me parts of the paperwork, but he's like, what is your social? Blah, blah, blah. Fucking all this shit. Dude, it turned out, and then and then these guys so then, if that's not bad enough, right? Okay? If that's not bad enough, why he's showing me pretty much the fucking paperwork, and I'm freaking out about the amount of money in my fucking account, which it just can't be. I can't be that. I'm saying to myself, there just can't be that much money in my fucking account. That's impossible, right? Because I completely forgot about all the things at that point in life that actually fucking I did to fucking get that money in my bank account, right? So I'm like, wow. And what happens there at that place but yet another big, heavy-set black guy, right? Me and this guy get into sort of an argument at this point. And I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm like, I'm tired of fucking people setting me up. I'm like, fuck this. I mean, I would have been back when I calmed the fuck down. But then the black guy comes into the fucking doorway and he like fucking blocked. He's like, you don't talk to him that way. And I was like, are you serious? I don't talk to him that way? I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, bro, and let me get the fuck out of here, all right? And he wouldn't fucking. So I'm just like, fuck this. I'm like, I don't think you understand exactly what I am fucking capable of, but I'm gonna just try to fucking squeeze past you. And fucking, that's when he fucking went like this. And fucking, the minute he went like that, I fucking went back. And fucking, next thing I know, I am in a fucking wrestling match with a fucking big motherfucker trying not to squash these motherfucking so I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh man, this is, I hate when I have to fight like that, man. Like, you know, I have to like be all concerned and considerate. You know, it's like, I don't want you to get stabbed by something in the office by accident because you fell, or this person gets knocked over and breaks their fucking, you know, already possibly, you know, broken skull. And then there's this guy, and it's like, oh man, it's like, well, fucking, I'm fighting fucking Juggernaut here, and it's like, I'm trying to get the fuck out. So anyway, I ended up getting out, right? And then who comes but the feds? And the feds show up, and it's like, this is your bank account. And I'm like, no, it's not. And it's like, Anthony, this is your fucking bank account. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not my bank account. I don't know who the fuck you guys all are, man. It's like, meanwhile, and then it's like, no, it's like, Anthony, do you hurt kids? I'm like, oh my fucking, you know what? All the time. That's always my fucking answer. Yeah, that was like, maybe, you know, it's like, because I'm sitting there thinking this is a complete fucking joke, and they're like, do you hurt children? And I'm like, is this even real? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. Of course. A fucking course, of course. The horse, of course. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, all day, fucking every day. It's like, you know, spike walls with fucking rotisserie wheels and shit, and fucking glass and shit, and fucking fireplaces. Got my little popcorn with my batch of buttered old babies right here. You know what I'm saying? No butter on the popcorn. I use the butter from the babies. You know what I'm saying? It's like ceiling covered in spikes, walls covered in spikes, but one rotisserie wall. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, so all this goes down, and I'm just like, nah, fuck this. And I'm like, they're like, well, don't come back here. And it's like, yeah, fuck this. And I fucking walk away, and I'm like, yeah, no, that, like, what the fuck is everybody on crack? I'm like, everybody's on crack. So then it's like, fucking, I'm like, man, fucking, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong, because maybe I should smoke crack. But I didn't smoke crack. That's the point. And then it's like, so it's like, oh, thanks, big black guy that gets me kicked. Because that's why he had to call the fucking cops. And instead of the cops showing up, the motherfucking feds rolled up. Okay? It's like, yo, dude, it's like, fucking, listen, heavyset black man, leave me the fuck alone. Hey, fucking crackhead selling fucking black kid, you got a fucking racist problem. I don't even know what the fuck your problem was. I think, honestly, that's what I'm saying. And then it's like, the other big black guy sitting there telling me that he could put a fucking end to this. But meanwhile, here's Malik inside the fucking gas station at the time where I'm fucking... And these guys were great, man. It was like smoking blunt. We were like rapping and shit. But he seemed to get a little bit jealous when I was rapping. You know? So all of a sudden, I couldn't come there no more. All of a sudden. Whatever. Huh, you know? But, you know, where am I in the story? I'm fucking at the point of showers, this, truck, this, credit card, Valerie Richardson. So that would be my second encounter as far as I can remember right this second with Valerie Richardson. First time was at a certain, and this is why, and then I'm saying to myself, the third time was right after fucking getting the car. Right? The second Mustang. And it was like, you know, I'm fucking gonna drive, and I'm gonna fuck, and then it was like, and I'm like looking at all these cars, and then all of a sudden, there's no Mustangs on all of fucking Long Island that fit even close to the fucking, and then the one fucking car that I'm like, you know what, fuck this, I am so tired, this is, if the, you know, that's what I'm saying, and then it's like, oh, well, you gotta leave, and it's like, this is happening, and my friend is fucking, my friend that I grew up in high, he starts freaking doing weird shit that I've never seen him do before. This motherfucker that fucking, it's like, holy shit, man. Wow. Fucking wow. Wow. Wow, man. Just fucking wow, man. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like within explaining all of just that alone, it's like, like I don't even know. It's like for me to even get to the next part is just fucking. And I tried saying that as quickly and to the point as fucking possible. Bullshit. 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 And then I'm sitting here saying to myself, it's like with all that, right? And then it's like. That's why I brought up freaking, because what's creepy about the whole situation is that when I brought this up to my friend a couple of years ago, I said, you know something, what's really fucking creepy is your friend's voice is the same fucking voice that the guy has from the fucking hotel room where my friend doesn't go to no hotel room. He doesn't know anybody. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's either that's bullshit or and meanwhile, it's like, oh, then they had to move out of that place, but yet my mail might still be fucking showing up there. Wow. Wow. Nothing fucking suspicious possibly in the end, right? And then it's like, with the guy's name being from the place that started sending paperwork, the same last name from the fucking place that started sending paperwork to my friend's house before she had to fucking move. She didn't have to move until like about a year or two after that, or three, something like that. So it was a couple of years after. No, yeah, it was a couple of years actually. She was at the fucking place. But what is fucking interesting is that fucking about 6 years after I leave her house, all of a sudden there's a knock at her door, and the fucking detectives are asking about my name, about a body found across her fucking road, across the fucking street. I'm saying to my fucking self, I was in that house 20 years prior. 20 years prior, and I pissed on the floor because it was an abandoned fucking house. It's like, why is mine, like, are you telling me I'm the only fucking person that ever pissed in that fucking house? They only found Anthony piss in that house? Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo. And then between the fucking, and then between the other group of feds that was trying to figure out why I was in the first area, and then why I was in the second area, and then there's the other feds that I'm wondering if they were all, if they were complete feds or they were working with the CIA at that point, because I'm saying to my fucking self, like, the little fishy, the facial expressions, possibly, I'm saying to myself, it's like, you look familiar, but, you're not that person. So, Because then it links my friend's van, and then it's like, when I say my friend's van, it's like when the two fucking detectives come talk to me about a van found on the fucking side of the road, which then I realize at that fucking point, fucking, the tire that I helped these two change, fucking, I did not look over the side of the fucking cliff where the fucking two bodies were supposedly on the other side of the fucking cliff. I just helped them change the fucking tire and looked at the van on the way back from a fucking train station all the way up in fucking Pennsylvania because we had to go do an extermination. A termite extermination. Turned out that was a fucking setup. Everything fucking kind of fucking wielded down, minus the fact that I was fucking pissed off that the detectives came to talk to me, did not give me my fucking jacket, that I'm still fucking want my jacket back. Because how the fuck did my jacket end up in the fucking van? And then I'm saying to myself, okay, I loved that jacket. I need a jacket, motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. But, it's like I never got my jacket back, but guess who got the van? It's like the van involved in a murder investigation somehow fucking ended up in my friend Rayvon's fucking hands. Fucking 15 years later. 17 years later. And then Rayvon starts talking to me about the fucking jacket, right? But the same colored jacket, but he wasn't talking to me about the fucking jacket that was found in the fucking van that he was now driving, which I did not realize was the same van until just about right before he passed away. And then I was also fucking pissed off at him because of fucking the whole Tupac thing. And then I'm saying to my fucking self, because at that moment in time in history in our friendship, which is almost 20 fucking years, but I at least did not even realize he was around the situation right after the fucking Tupac thing began. Ray then fucking decides he's gonna walk across the road and get hit by a motherfucking car. Fucking motherfucker. How convenient. Motherfucker. Oh man, I'm mad at you, Ray. Really fucking mad at you, man. I don't want to hear this shit, but no, because I don't want to fucking hear this shit. I'm racist. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, Ray, man. That man was my friend for fucking so many years, and it's like, and then I'm not even gonna fucking second time we bumped into each other, we were ready to kill each other. That's fucking. But he knew who I was 20 years prior, man. But then I'm saying to myself, that's why I'm saying it's like the things he said to me over the course of our closer relationship made me start thinking, what the fuck is this? You know, and I kept asking him, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. And I'm like fucking sitting there. So he's working on the fucking Tupac thing. But meanwhile, fucking like, that's what I'm saying. The whole thing is all fucking. So the point being is that the van is now in the, but my jacket is not handed to me. So Ray brings up a jacket, and it's the same colors as my other jacket that I was just pissed off that I never got back because I'm missing my warm fucking clothed jacket. Anyway, he's talking about my jacket that went missing when I was in fucking elementary school. And I came out here to go visit one of my friends that used to live across the street, but then lived fucking out here, and I went to visit him one fucking time, and my fucking brand new fucking pretty much fucking, after waiting so long for the fucking thing, lost it in 6 months time, come out here with the jacket, boom, it's gone. My mother searches her fucking house for a year and a half, my house for a year and a half. All of a sudden, there's a phone call. Fucking my father gets the phone call. Boom. He starts, what the fuck you mean his jacket was found out there? Blah, blah, blah. Fucking this and that. And it's like, yeah, you know, dude, the things that I overheard then were pretty bad. All right. Anthony does not go out that way. Anthony is not out that way. This, and that. You know, it's funny because even after that, my mother still looked for that jacket. And yet, that's what that phone call was about. You know something? It's like, and then Ray, before he passes away, he starts to ask me if I ever owned